Always looks like it's frozen for a minute there. You're right, it's one of the water. It's 2:22 on Thursday. I don't actually have a date for you. Oh, I do. 16th February 2012. I'm recording a year in the life of a student episode, whatever this happens to be. As a kind of update to what's been going on, and because I feel this is going to be quite important for me to get on camera. In the last week, my entire life as it kind of goes has fallen apart. Obviously, anyone who has followed my series has been going has known I've been trying to get a house in Newport recently with my friend Tom. And we were supposed to be moving in today, Thursday. Got a phone call either yesterday or the day before that, telling us that without housing benefit proof we couldn't move into the new place, and if we can't get housing benefits we won't actually be able to move in, and we'll have to give it up because at that point we will owe my mum £300, and as much as she says we can give it back when we want, I'm not going to try and get another house because that's another £300 and it's going to build up. So that will pretty much scupper the plan of us two moving in together. And of course, that's not the only reason my life's falling apart. I also had, I think I told you guys, I had my first directing thing to do at uni. And while I was home this week, expecting to get all my stuff packed in a van, hence why it's a bit of a clutter behind me over there. It's actually my Mac case and whatever else. But so as I was home, got a text saying we've all talked about it. This was from, oddly enough, my editor, which I thought was a bit weird. Well, the editor, not my editor anymore. Saying we've all talked about it and we don't think you should be the director because you've missed a rehearsal. And I was like, okay. And you know that when that first got that text, it fucking killed me inside a little bit. And the thing is, it's like not even mostly their fault because they probably were just doing it in the best interests of the project and all that shit. But it really fucked me up. I mean, it's standing up in front of other people and having to make a distinction of myself, draw attention to myself, someone who actually wants to be a director, which is what I was made to do if I wanted to direct this time, which, you know, I did. I stood up in front of everyone else in my class. It's a rather big class as well, everyone. Fucking hell. Sorry, the Mac light went down. You couldn't see me because the room's off. My light's off in my room. But anyway, I had to stand up in front of everyone else in my class. A rather big film and video class. I don't know how many people exactly, but I make the distinction. I'm standing out here because I want to be a director. I want to direct this next project. I want to work with these actors and learn how to do it because that's what I want to do most in my life. And then get this text a few weeks later and be told that, oh, he thinks the other guy works better than you and he's here, he hasn't missed his rehearsal, you know, we want him to do it now. And it just kind of like, I went a bit spare, and I've made the situation about a million times worse because I then texted them and said that I didn't want to put any more effort into it because I'd spent a couple of weeks going through every fucking line of the script and trying to understand what was going on in it, understand the characters, where they were going to be filmed at, meticulously doing storyboards, but you know they got redone, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So you know, I kind of feel at this point all work put towards it was nothing. So I said, yeah, no more effort. I'm not doing this. I can't do this again. So I lost my directing role. Might have lost my house. I don't have any money left at all because I've been supporting two people for a couple of weeks because Tom hasn't had money. That's not his fault. It's just something that's happened. And I've got a phone bill coming out, as I say, this Saturday. I don't have any money, so I have to take it out. My overdraft's fucked. If we don't get the house, I'm in debt with my mum and I'll have to live at home for the summer, which, you know, is a big problem for me. If we do get the house, I will constantly be in a state of worry about whether we're going to keep the house or not, because something might go wrong. They might suddenly retract their statement saying that we're allowed to get benefits when we've moved in, and we'll have to all move back out again. And then we'll owe my mum even more money because we'll have paid the first month's rent and all that stuff. And we'll sign contracts, mean to go to court. And then I might even get to come home for summer because I'll have this house and I can't leave the house because Newport's a horrible fucking place. I don't want to leave all my fucking worldly possessions in that horrible fucking town, I've got to be honest. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I got relatively good grades, which was a shock to me because I wasn't expecting to get well this year because it's been a bit of an interesting first half of the year. One of my best friends, Stu, killed himself, and that was hard to deal with. And then now, obviously, it's not like the beginning of the second year. My girlfriend leaves me over Facebook chat, which was an interesting one. Gotta admit, that was a deal. And then to try and move into the house, try and get away from it all by moving in with a friend, and that's gone down. And even if it doesn't go down, I'm not sure if I'll be able to handle it. And basically, my life has turned to shit. Also, I'm trying to grow a beard, and it just doesn't look right on me yet. And I can't tell if that's because it's not grown properly yet, or if it's because I need to shave the underbeard to maybe stop looking like a teenager with fucking a lack of testosterone or some shit. I don't know. All I know is that actually that looks alright without the neck beard. I might try that when I get back. Starts out as a serious video and turns out to shit, just like, you know, everything else I've done so far. Ha 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 ha. Self-loving humour, I'm pretty sure that's very British. God, someone's coming out. Probably about to get interrupted. Or not. No, yes, I am. Hang on. So yeah, that was my mum, by the way. We just interrupted to check if I was talking to myself. Because, you know, that's a worry these days. I think also part of the reason that I don't want to, you know, I'm feeling like shit and depressed as fuck, and that I don't want to go back tomorrow, is because having made the situation worse, I have to go and sit for 3 hours in a lecture, which, you know, is usually quite enjoyable for me, but I also have to sit there in the same room as those people who will probably try and talk to me about it afterwards. And as someone with Asperger's, talking about my problems isn't something I quite enjoy. I then have to, you know, go back to my room or sit through a rehearsal. If they make me sit through the rehearsal, otherwise I won't get a grade, then I'll maybe talk to the tutors. I don't fucking know. I know that I will have to sit through a 3-hour lecture after a fucking 2.5 or 1.5 or whatever long the car journey is. I will also, when I get home, not be able to have a shower because my hair is fucked and I could really use one right now. Because I won't have time and the shower here doesn't work, I will have to then, I have to, before I go to my lecture, get my key from people. I have to get my key from, I have to get a new key, sorry, because I've lost it from Opal's front desk. Because, I don't know, I brought it home, was just so relieved to actually be able to talk, you know, when I'm talking, just to be by myself for fucking once, that I just didn't give a fuck about where I put my key and now it's gone. It was a shit thing anyway, it's one of the older fobs. I showed you before probably, it's just, it snaps right at the fucking top, so I've still got the actual fob itself, which is the green thing that went around my neck, but the plastic key is broken, so I'm hoping they'll give me a little thin cardboard one. No, credit card style plastic one, instead of the big thick chunks plastic one that make children's toys out of. It's a shame, because I was like this great idea that with the little plastic one, if you could somehow open it up and get the magnet out that open the doors, you could put them in stretchers, and you know, that'd make it quite interesting. You have to wave your ear at the door to get it like, or you would look a bit special, you're like, nah. I'm probably going to cut that out. I'm not going to cut that out. I never cut anything out on these fucking videos. Trying to preserve the footage in all its fucking glory. So this is going to be like nearly 10 minutes, maybe more of me rambling. And I'm going to try and have to cut this up into useful stuff. So yeah, pretty much my state at the moment isn't particularly good. I don't remember ever having been in this bad of a state since possibly my second year of college. Maybe not actually until all the way back in high school. So I'm not fucking great right now. Not only that, but because of everything else, I've got no money for food. Got all this other shit's going on. Because of that, it was buying really bad for me food. Well, no, that wasn't because of that. I was just being an idiot and buying really bad food. So I ended up buying fucking just oven chips and grills and bread and fucking noodles, all this shit, which, you know, it's just easy to cook, but it's really fun. And rustlers as well. What the fuck you got with that? I don't really want rustlers. I mean, sometimes, like once in a fucking blue moon, when you are studying and you just can't be asked to cook food proper, that's fine. you know, but don't be having rustlers like every week. That's fucking horrible. They're made of like plastic or some shit. But obviously, I haven't been able to afford to get vegetables, or I haven't been asked to get vegetables because I have to like keep Tom on the go. I don't have to keep him entertained, you know, but I pretty much constantly have to be around him because he doesn't live in the city yet. He doesn't have any friends up there. He knows my flatmates and they get on, but there's a difference in getting on with someone and being someone's mate, and I don't know. Oh, fuck me. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to carry on. I should have just fucking carried on the way it was going. I mean, it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't falling apart. If I'd done that, I would have been there for the rehearsal. Either way, I might have had my job as director taken away, because they might have just decided that they didn't want me, but it would probably not, you know. By the way, as far as that goes, I doubt anyone from my group will end up watching this video. If you do, it's not your fault. I'm just too fucking proud to come and say to you, I'm sorry about being a dick, about not wanting to, saying I didn't want to put any more effort in. I'll do the job, don't care. I'm not happy about being kicked fucking out, by the way. I'm not okay with it, but at the same time, none of you strike me as bad people, so I can't imagine that you would do this out of some kind of malicious desire. It's just the position I was in at the time wasn't a great thing to happen to me. And now this video has gone for 11 minutes. To be fair though, it could be useful, some of this footage for the documentary. It's going to be a very fucking interesting one, isn't it? I'm not sure I can carry on doing this much longer.